Hello, kids. I got a haircut.
Hey.
My mom won't let me grow a mullet. It's been 52 years. Refuses to let me get a mullet.
The
Welcome.
Joe Dirt.
I know. I want to be like Paul. I can't grow my hair out. Welcome to the Junkyard Rat show. Today's guest is Deborah A. Malali. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. How was the Filipino Comedy Festival?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I'm still recovering from it, but it was good. It was the first time they brought it to San Francisco.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we did 2 nights, 4 shows in 2 nights, and then just last week they had 3 shows in New York where it started.
Well,
Yeah.
where was it? At the Punchline? Or?
In San Francisco, no, it was here in just a few blocks away at Bindlestiff Studios.
Oh, yeah. I think Paul did a show there a couple weeks back.
Really?
No, but I know where Bindlestiff is. It's on
Oh.
6 down by OMG.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's down the street from OMG.
Oh, it's near OMG.
Yeah.
How did the people coming to the festival think about the neighborhood? And
It was, I think so. A lot of the people who came were already familiar with Bindlestiff. But some of the comics were a little bit tiptoeing in. They weren't sure if they were still in the Tenderloin, which was pretty funny.
But that isn't the Tenderloin, is it? The
Yep.
Tender.
No,
It was
it's
so-
not. It's south of Market.
The
But
The
yeah,
Tenderloin's the other way.
yeah, but it has tender feelings.
It's got something going on. Yeah, I used to go to a dispensary right near that place called I think it's Bloom, something Bloom or
Uh-huh.
I don't know what
Yeah,
it was.
called Bloom.
Bloom Room, I think.
The Bloom Room.
And yeah, and there's like a sweatshop nearby, which was really weird because I've never actually seen a sweatshop like in person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like right behind, and then right across is Barbary Coast. I think there's a sweat.
Yeah.
I think they're like dispensaries on both sides or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you go to
It's all tucked
dispensaries?
in
or-
there. The only ones, like, I've been to Barbary Coast once and then Union Station.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
at Union Station last night.
Really?
I was watching the 49ers game. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I
There
like
was-
that place.
Yeah, they were supposed to have a birthday party, but it was like their 2-year anniversary. But I don't think they had cake. I mean, it was the most boring party ever. Yeah.
They have to have cake. I mean, you have to have cake if it's at a dispensary and it's a birthday. Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
I went double dispensary yesterday. I started at a Mo Greens. They're having a Halloween event
Uh-huh.
from a group called Blazing Grays and stuff. It was
Nice.
pretty fun, and I got addicted to the hookah.
Oh, there that night, like
Yeah.
yesterday?
I got addicted to the hookah. They have a new machine called the hookah,
Uh-huh.
and it's in between hookah and weed. So, but yeah, they got little pods that you can't put like weed in there. You got to buy their pods.
Okay.
But they brought out the machine, and I went for like an hour straight.
Just on the
I'm on the hookah.
hooked up to the
Dang.
hookah.
They gave you the hookup.
I was on the hookah. Yeah. It was pretty fun. It was like my favorite machine there and stuff. But yeah, the Halloween event was cool, but there was a bad problem. They had karaoke. There was one guy, he was Latino, he decided to sing a Bad Bunny song in Spanish.
Okay.
Couldn't read Spanish. and it was
Oh.
embarrassing to watch this guy mumble, thinking this is my song. Didn't even know the words, didn't know Spanish, and everybody clapped at the end, like yeah.
They still supported. Okay.
But I'm from that generation. I never got participation trophies. My thing is, to me, it's like it's embarrassing. Like I don't know why I like It was embarrassing. It upset me. I wanted to boo. Like go learn some Spanish, damn it. Go learn some Spanish before you do Bad Bunny songs in Spanish.
Right. Do you normally sing Bad Bunny songs?
Not
yourself?
me. I've never sang a Bad Bunny song.
You a bad bunny.
I never done Bad Bunny. I might do it just to see if I can do it and stuff.
You should so do it.
I know. I go to the Mint once in a while, like
Oh, nice.
because Joe Mama works there.
Yeah.
But last time she said that I was yelling on my songs, so now I feel bad. I feel bad about going.
Don't feel bad. Just, take the notes and then just show her.
Yeah.
Show her you can sing and you're not yelling.
Yeah. It was a fun event though. The Uka was pretty fun and stuff.
Yeah.
They had a costume contest, and I wasn't in it because I never dress up. Do you dress up or?
I don't normally dress up. Sometimes I'll get inspired to do it, but I haven't dressed up.
Yeah, I haven't dressed
For a
up in
minute.
years. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wore like the Christian Cafferty jersey,
Nice.
and if somebody asked me what I was gonna say that I was Christian Cafferty at the Oktoberfest because he's injured. He went to Germany for stem cell surgery, or
For his injury.
yeah, because he hasn't played all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be funny just to.
Did anyone get it?
Nobody asked me, so I
Oh.
never told any. But there was a costume contest, and there was like these two women dressed up as Cheech and Chong,
Oh, nice.
but they didn't participate in the contest because one of them wanted her boyfriend to win, who had some fish head thing. She like volunteered not because if you dress up as Cheech and Chong, you're gonna at a weed event, you're gonna win. You're
Right?
Cheech and. But yeah, I thought that was a good girlfriend. She's like, no, let me step aside. So my boy, and he did win at the end.
Oh, he did.
He
The
did.
fish head guy.
But there was one woman's like, I'm a feeling. She said, I'm just a feeling. I was like, what the hell's a feeling?
What is that?
What's your craziest
Crazy.
costume? Do you remember anything from your?
I want to say it was like my craziest. It wasn't even crazy. It was racist. And I didn't even know it was.
What was
I was in high school.
What was it?
I was okay. So, I was a Jamaican banana picker.
Oh,
So bad. But what happened was I had this cute outfit. Remember Esprit?
oh yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I'm 52. Oh,
Okay, so you
yeah.
remember Esprit? So I had this really cute like madras plaid
Mhm.
outfit, and if I tied knots in it and like wore it a certain way, it just totally gave that feeling, that island
Uh,
feeling. And then I got a basket and threw some bananas in there, and that was my costume.
no, like blunts or
No,
no blunts, no rum. You were
I
like,
was so young. No, I didn't even know what. I don't even think I knew what a blunt was.
I
At
think
that
that's
time.
racist because Jamaica's a country, so it's not a race. So as long as you're just making fun of a country, it can't be racist.
Well, it's more like a job. I guess
Uh-huh.
I was making fun of a job. I don't know.
Did anybody
It's
like
just-
look at you weird or no?
No, they didn't say anything,
No.
but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But I think that was like the edgiest thing I've ever been. I've also been a bumblebee.
A bumblebee?
Yeah.
Oh, because of that
A,
song or
a cowgirl. Yeah, like, just like the typical
that
typical
song?
stuff.
Oh yeah, the bumblebee.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Saturday Night Live characters, the bumblebee.
The bumblebee. Oh yeah, like that guy over there.
Yeah, there's a movie out about that first
Belushi.
season.
Yeah.
And like how they were all dressed up as bumblebees and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
was
I
pretty
love
fun.
a bumblebee costume. I think that's pretty good.
I
But-
dressed up as a stormtrooper when I was a kid, and I realized that like my parents really didn't see me as a leader because they should have told me to be like Darth Vader. They
Hmm.
just said you're just a stormtrooper. So nobody thinks
Accept your
yeah.
place. Yeah.
Nobody thinks that joke is funny but me. I don't think I get laughs, but I always think it's funny that but nobody else thinks that it's funny but me. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. Do people still dress up though? I mean,
I think so. I don't know. I feel like it started this weekend, everyone dressing up.
did you grow up in San Francisco or?
I grew up in Pacifica.
Because I remember San Francisco used to be really big for
Used to
Halloween.
be fun.
Yeah, it used to get like really packed,
Yeah.
and then they closed it. They shut it down and stuff.
Yeah, and they tried to move it to Embarcadero.
Oh yeah, did it work? Or
No, I don't think so.
so are you doing any Halloween shows or?
No, I'm not on any Halloween shows this week. I feel like I'm taking a week off.
You're taking a week off?
Yeah, just to catch my breath. I didn't really sleep the last couple of weeks.
Well, what have you been up
So,
to?
and then like when I got home, I came down with a bad cold.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so I think it's just my body telling me to rest up a little bit.
You gotta smoke a lot of weed if you're not sleeping. That'll knock you out.
Really? Doesn't it affect your throat though?
In
I
a
don't
way,
know,
it
for
does,
me.
but you could do edibles. You could eat
Oh yeah,
it.
edibles are fine, yeah.
You could
Or
eat
the
it.
drops.
You could do the hookah.
The hookah.
The hookah.
The hookah.
I swear, the hookah thing is like the best machine I ever tried.
So wait, where were you at? Mo Greens?
I was at Mo Greens, which is like 2 blocks that way.
Okay, yeah.
I was at a
Should look for
Halloween event called Blaze and Grays.
it. Yeah.
These two, I think they're besties. They were dressed up exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of Wes Anderson movies where they're like in the camp or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like a Halloween event. It was pretty fun. They had food, but yeah, these lounges are really fun when there's events going on there. But Mo Greens is Mo Greens is like my spot. I used to go to the store that was there before Mo Greens.
Oh, what was there before?
There was like a dollar store down there.
Oh, okay.
They
Yeah.
do comedy. I think they used to do it Friday. I think they moved it to Saturday now. They have like bingo nights on Tuesday. I went to the bingo night. I didn't win anything though,
Mm,
but
but it was fun.
it was rigged because I didn't win
was
anything. It was
rigged.
rigged. Anytime I don't win anything, it's always rigged.
For sure.
I go to this sesh where they have like raffles,
Yeah.
and when I don't win, I always think like they just didn't put my tickets.
Yeah, they messed up.
They didn't put
They
the tickets
just-
in the bag.
Yeah, someone cheated.
I know.
Yeah. I know that feeling.
Isn't that paranoia?
That's hilarious.
That's when you know you smoke too much weed.
when you get paranoid.
You get paranoid like that. They don't put the. It was shut down. They shut down the sesh because the cops said we were gambling because of the raffle tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not the fact people are throwing dice on the pool table. That wasn't the gambling. There's actually people like just throwing dice right on the pool tables.
Just
and
for
stuff.
no reason.
No, they're out there. But I don't know. I don't even know. They look like they're excited, but I'm just watching people throwing dice and with money in their hands.
Right. And you were there. You were there for the bingo. Were you telling the cops, "I'm here for the
No,
bingo"?
I was there for the raffle. It wasn't even a
Oh,
bingo.
the raffle.
Yeah, they used to give out like 4 different color tickets, like and now then they only gave out one. They moved it, but they still do the raffle because it makes a lot of money. But yeah, they shut it down. There was one woman in a wheelchair who started yelling at the cops, called them pigs,
Ooh.
called them pigs. Like it was sad, but she was in a wheelchair, so nothing happened to her.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I was like, I would never call a cop a pig. I had a friend who peed on a cop car one time.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, he was a comedian. He actually peed on. He got a ticket though.
Were there cops in the cop car when that happened?
I don't think so. I don't think he's
Okay.
that dumb. I don't think he's that crazy. He might. I doubt it, but I don't think he was that crazy. But yeah, what's the craziest thing you've done? Like, You ever been arrested for anything?
No, I've never been arrested. Never been arrested.
Never been arrested?
Yeah, I feel like I'm super vanilla.
I got a muni ticket.
You got a muni ticket?
I got a muni ticket, yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, what have I done?
You got kids, so you don't have to tell them everything and
Yeah.
stuff. You don't have to tell them everything and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think. No, I haven't even gotten a muni ticket. I think the worst was maybe I ran a stoplight or something.
Yeah, stoplight.
And then they sent a photo in the mail.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So it's like you can't really argue when there's a photo.
I know. That happened to me in San Francisco. They took a picture of me, yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I went to court every time I got a ticket. I would go to court.
Yeah, and it works, right?
Yeah, it works. Half of the time, they
bring
don't
it
even
down.
bother to show up.
Right.
They don't bother to
hardly
show
ever.
up and
I don't
stuff.
even think they
yeah.
ever come. And yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, muni tickets are always fun because it's not. I think it's election time. That's why they're cracking down.
And they're trying to make more revenue for the city, or what?
No, they're trying to make people scared so they leave the city before the election time. I think they're just trying to. There's things they only do during election season. They clean up areas.
Yeah.
Are you gonna vote? Are you voting for London Breed?
I don't think so. I haven't voted yet.
You haven't voted
I don't
yet?
think I'm voting for London Breed.
Are you voting for the Levi's dude? I just know. I know 3 of them. There's another guy that used to be mayor, but I don't even remember he was.
Who?
I think he took over after the last mayor died. Remember that?
Oh, like temporarily?
Yeah, after Ed Lee died, I think the
Yeah.
guy that took over is running for mayor again.
Yeah.
He was on the city council, but
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I like London Breed, but the city just seems like it's dirty, you know.
I mean, I don't have anything against her as a person,
Yeah.
but just the way the city's being managed, I'm not sure.
And actually, it was London Breed who won. She was part of the board of supervisors when he passed away. They had a special election following the death of Ed Lee
Yeah.
on December 12, 2017.
I have a paranoid friend who's like, London Breed is married to a Chinese nationalist. I'm like, is she really?
Is she married?
I don't know. I
think
never
she's
really.
married.
I haven't really checked up, but I'm like, she's married to a Chinese nationalist. I'm like, is she really? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, I didn't even know she was married. Like, that is weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think she was married.
She might be president if she's married to a Chinese nationalist. I mean, we do need people who are connected to China and the government, so,
Sure.
you know, it's not a bad thing. I don't know. People are anti-China, but everything I'm wearing, I think, comes out of China.
It's
So
made there.
I'm not gonna be hating on China, you know, like they make good clothing, right? My phones.
Right? They do so much.
Yeah, they do so much. Like, what am I gonna be hating on them and stuff? I don't got Gucci money, you know. I
That's
got
for
Walmart money.
Yeah.
I got Walmart.
I hear that.
Do you wish they would have a Walmart in San Francisco? Or?
You know, I wished that they did have a Walmart in San Francisco, and then I went to a Walmart in the East Bay, and I thought, well, maybe it's okay that they don't have
I
one
know
here.
they're huge, aren't they?
I mean, they're just they're super empty. I don't know. Like I
They're
was
big,
expecting
yeah.
more from Walmart. I think when you're on this side of the bay, you just hear about all the deals you can get. You just hear about like all the good things, right? And then you go and you're like, this place is sad.
Oh yeah.
There are some good buys.
Right? Like you get some good deals. I'll do walmart.com. But yeah, now I don't know. I feel like we already lost so many Walgreens. I don't know what's going to happen to those spaces.
I don't know. I heard the Starbucks is going down too. They're closing down the Starbucks down on Market and First. I think.
Yeah.
I think they're closing it down. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean that's a definite sign. Like, well, I think part of it too is because so many people aren't returning to the office. Like they're just either they left or they're working from home.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the financial district is like really empty right now and stuff.
yeah.
It's true. I feel
Yeah.
bad for people who have to work at home.
You do?
Yeah, because I don't have a job, so I feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. You don't work at home, do you? Or?
I do.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I'm like I do hybrid.
you do
But yeah.
hybrid.
Yeah.
You're like a, you're not like fully electric car. You're just a
Right.
hybrid and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend owns like a electric Mini Cooper, and he took me home Friday after my show, and we charged it up in San Francisco,
Hmm.
and then he charged it up again in Walnut Creek. He lives in Sacramento.
Oh, so you had a long way to go. That's a big
Yeah,
drive. Yeah.
but I'm not sure if he needs to charge it or he's just like hella
Was he
paranoid.
flexing? Oh,
No,
no. You just think he's
he
paranoid.
was like walking around. Yeah, he's like he's one of those guys who he didn't want me just sitting in the car. We're gonna walk around while we're charging the car. You know, we're gonna. So
Get
he
our
was
steps in.
yeah he was walking around.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I'm one of these people like they think I might rob their car. I'd rather not walk around, but I did it anyway. Like I'm not gonna tell my friend who's a health nut. Yeah, he doesn't drink or smoke weed. He's one of the only people that I know who doesn't do either of them and stuff. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, he's like a health nut. He's like, we're gonna walk around. I'm like, and yeah, at Walnut Creek, we went shopping at the Safeway. We didn't just sit in the car because that's just laziness.
Right.
That's laziness. You have friends like that, you know,
That
like
are super.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do. They play, well, a lot of my friends right now, um, they are into pickleball.
Oh yeah,
Do you
pickleball.
play pickleball?
No, actually, I think I played pickleball when I was in high school.
I've never played
I
pickleball.
think I played it. Yeah, they got pickleball courts where I live.
Yeah. Oh, do they?
Yeah, they
Okay,
got
cool.
pickleball.
Yeah. Yeah. So now they're getting into fights with like senior citizens
Oh yeah, that's
because
right. I live in
those
a senior.
senior citizens are hella territorial.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So
That's
they're like,
true.
you could go to the beginner courts on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Like, get off of these courts.
Oh yeah.
So,
Have you played pickleball? Or
no, I keep waiting for my friends to ask me to join.
they don't ask you?
They have not. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm part of that crew. No.
Yeah, they don't ask me to do those things either. I don't get asked for those.
Me neither.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like tennis, but it's loud and stuff.
It's louder
It's
than
really
tennis?
loud
How?
because the ball is like the plastic.
Oh, like the ball, it squeaks.
Yeah, the tennis one is like, have you been in a tennis match? They won't even let you like breathe during a tennis match.
Yeah. Yeah.
But pickleball is loud. Bah, 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 bah. People who live near the pickleball courts always.
Complain.
Yeah, that's why where they got it where I live is like there's nothing. There's like a golf area
Yeah.
nearby. Yeah, pickleball is huge. But people get injured and stuff, you know?
Okay, so what kind of injuries do they get?
Like leg injuries, they break their kneecap,
ACL tears.
ACL, bad hips.
It's dangerous, man.
It is
It's
dangerous.
dangerous.
It is dangerous. And then they got the wooden paddles.
Yeah.
There was a fight where I live in Rossmore. The day that Trump got shot, these two women, old women, like they started fighting each other near the gym, and they actually wrote about it in the New York Times.
For real.
It's true. It was so weird. One woman was laughing about Trump getting shot. The other one just came up and just
And
fucking
slapped her.
yeah, and they were like
Wow.
seniors. I'm like, that's crazy and stuff, you know?
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. I live in I guess the biggest Democratic club in California is where I live. It's like 1,000
In
people.
Rossmore?
Yeah, in Rossmore, it's like 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's huge. But since it's an expensive place, there's also Republicans down there.
Yeah.
I think they're hiding though. I think they hide a lot. The Republicans are hiding where I live.
They're like undercover Republicans.
They're undercover and stuff. Did you see the 49ers game last night or?
No, but my husband watched it. I don't know what I was doing.
I can't, I don't know. What were
Yeah.
you doing? It was like
I don't
5:30.
know. What was I doing? I'm trying to think.
You were probably
That's
on the
probably-
internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reading a book,
Zoning out.
eating chips.
Reading
Reading a book. I guess not reading a book.
eating chips.
Eating chips. Watching the Discovery
Yeah,
Channel.
I was walking around the cars outside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just like walking around.
Do you know Stephen Ferris? Maybe you met Stephen. You're probably going to see him one day. He's the guy who does like the deodorant jokes and the vacuum cleaner jokes, but he lives in
I know
Sacramento.
Stephen Ferris.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So he's healthy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's the guy who decided he needed to walk around when his car
Oh,
started.
that's funny.
Yeah.
No, he's a nice guy.
He is a
think
nice-
we went
he's
up.
cool.
We went up. Where did we go? We were on a show together at
Yeah.
in like Point Richmond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Point Richmond is like the nice area in Richmond, isn't it?
It's super cute. Have you gone up there yet?
I haven't been to that show. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should do it. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, it's just a cafe. It's like, it's just it is like PG-13 though. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah.
But I think you could do it. You don't have a lot of cuss words or anything in your set.
No.
Yeah.
I don't cuss
They would
at
probably really like your Star Wars stuff.
all.
Yeah.
Star Wars is great and stuff. Are you into Star
Yeah.
Wars or?
Not like you. I mean, I watched as part of my core memories. Like, you know what I mean? Like growing up, but
Yeah.
I'm not like super duper like hardcore fan like you.
Are you making fun of me because
I'm not making fun of you.
because
I'm feeling sorry for myself.
I was standing in line with my dad when I was a kid to see The Empire Strikes Back, and I remember it.
That's awesome.
one of
See, my dad would
my-
never do that with
my
me.
memory. Was your dad a foreigner too? Or?
He was, yeah, they were first generation, so like they worked a lot.
Yeah.
They worked like graveyard shift. and all
Yeah,
that
my
stuff.
parents were foreigner parents are different.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
are different. But at
different,
least
yeah.
yours took you to Empire Strikes
Oh
Back.
yeah.
Like he knew you were into it.
I think they saw Star Wars in like in Venezuela, the original movie when it came
Oh,
out.
serious? Yeah.
I think it was big back then. I used to have the glasses and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. You know, the new Star Wars. I don't have the Disney Channel. That's how you know you're really hardcore, because that's where all the Star Wars stuff is in Disney.
On Disney, yeah.
The Disney Plus or whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not that hardcore, but I try and put that joke out. I try and put it.
Get it out there.
The other thing is, I kept wondering, where's Darth Vader's wife? Like, I mean, Luke Skywalker had a mother, but who is the mom? Who's the mom? Is there a mom there somewhere? Why don't we know about their mom? You know, we got Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. They're related.
Padme.
Yeah, wasn't it Padme? It
Where's
was like-
Padme? Why isn't Padme famous? Why, why don't they make movies about Padme?
Oh,
Yeah.
Look what you just started.
I
You
know.
see?
Disney,
But the
Disney's
Disney
like
Plus.
taking notes right now.
Oh yeah.
They're listening and they're taking notes.
Yeah.
I know. I went to the Disneyland a couple of years ago, and to see the new Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't go to see it, but my dad took me for my 50th birthday.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, to Disneyland. I went with my stepmom and my dad. And,
Yeah.
And I hadn't been to Disneyland like in 20 years. But it
It's
didn't.
different, right?
No, it didn't change that much.
Oh, you don't think it's changed?
No, the rides are the same almost. Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it's changed? Do you go a lot?
I
or?
felt no. But I felt like I thought it changed. Did you go
Uh-huh.
across the street to California Adventure?
Oh
too?
no, I've never been to California Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That
I'm-
one's like Great America on
Oh, yeah.
steroids.
I was in Orlando, but none of my family members thought that I was worth a Disney World ticket. nobody wanted. They sent
wanna
me.
take you
I went to
Epcot
Gatorland.
Center.
Nah, they sent me to Gatorland instead.
Oh, cool though. Gatorland?
Gatorland
that
is
sounds
fun.
cool.
Have you been to Gatorland?
No, I
Gatorland is
haven't
fun.
been to Gatorland, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, Gatorland. There was also like a Christian amusement park down there. I tried to talk somebody into taking me. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Christian amusement park. nobody wanted to do that.
Everyone's like, no thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, I would love to see stuff like. My first job was at Great America, so
Oh, serious?
yeah, my first job. I used to ride the Edge during my lunch hour.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I can't ride rides anymore.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me.
Thought I couldn't either, but I was in Vegas. I went on the New York,
The
casino,
roller
the
coaster.
roller
Yeah.
coaster. But I, when it was first starting, I was like praying. I was reading
You're like, I
it.
don't know how this is gonna work out, but yeah.
Yeah, you're like upside down. You're like, oh, but that one's quick, but it's fun. But yeah, I was like, and it's fun just to be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Above everything.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
cool.
I had a good time. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
When was the last time you were on a roller coaster?
I think it was like Santa Cruz
Oh, Santa
Beach
Cruz. Yeah, the
Boardwalk.
wooden one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel great after.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what's happening to
I'm
me?
retiring.
Yeah,
I'm
like what
retiring.
happened? I used to love roller coasters a lot.
Me too.
So, but now I guess like yeah, I just make my kids go on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. I mean, I thought it was what? I thought it was too big to ride the roller coasters because of the new straps and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess that one fit me
It
fine.
was
So
fine.
it
Yeah.
was fine. Yeah. The weird thing is I need glasses to see, and they had like lockers,
Uh-huh.
and I had, and
Oh, they made you take your glasses off.
no, but I didn't have, I don't wear glasses, but I should. But the locker numbers kept, it was electronic, so it would switch.
Oh.
And I had to ask somebody to find my locker for me. That's how old I am. And I was like, "Can you, which one is it? Which one is it?" Yeah, so I put myself in the locker and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won a free ticket. That's why I went on it. I wouldn't pay, but I had all these free things that I won.
Right.
I'm on some, I think I do like some MGM app slots game online,
Okay.
and I win points, and you can
Trade them.
you can trade them. So yeah, it was pretty fun. I went to the Mandalay Bay Shark. The
Oh, yeah. The Shark Tank or whatever, the lagoon or
that
whatever.
was that was okay.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Yeah. When did you go to Vegas?
I was there a couple months ago.
Okay.
It was like 110 degrees.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in Vegas?
It was a while ago. I want to say it was, oh, maybe it was either right before or no, maybe it was right when things were opening up after everything got shut down. So
Oh yeah, right.
2021 or
2022.
22,
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to what's that thing? Omega Mart.
Oh yeah, I was
Yeah.
the Omega
Have
Mart.
you done that? Have you been
I
there?
haven't I haven't done the
That
Omega
place is
Mart.
trippy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that.
I won a free pass for the Luminarium, but I bailed on it or
You didn't
something.
go.
I
Yeah.
didn't go. The Luminarium.
What is that one?
I don't know. It's right next to Planet 13 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a free pass to the Madame Tussauds. I didn't. I didn't go to that one either. I was like,
You didn't want to do that one
I
either.
don't know. I
You're
was
like,
like,
yeah, it's okay. I don't want to see any wax people. Yeah.
yeah. I think I went to the Princess Diana. I paid for the Princess Diana exhibit.
Yeah. Are you into Prince the Royals? Like, are you?
No, I really like Princess Diana. Though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was like tearing up, and I felt bad. All these women are like staring at me. I felt judged.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was looking at some pictures of her, and I was like tearing up. All these women look at me like, "You gotta stop crying. Don't be a bitch about it." I was like, "Don't judge me. Don't judge me." That's
Yeah, I
good.
just saw something this morning about Princess Diana, the moment when she met Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was going to do a concert
Hmm.
in London or something. And she asked him, oh, are you going to do Dirty Diana? Are you going to sing Dirty Diana? And he was like, no. And she said, why not? And he said, well, out of respect. And she was like, that's my favorite song.
Oh yeah.
And
Dirty
they just
Di-
like looked at each other all awkwardly for a minute. And then that's how it ended. But
Yeah.
yeah. Princess Di, yeah, she was one of the good ones, I
Yeah.
think.
I think she went to the Comedy Store to watch Richard Pryor perform.
Did she?
Yeah, she went out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one thing I did in New York when I was there last week was I went to the Comedy Cellar for the first
Oh,
time.
I was a comedy
Yeah,
seller.
it was so much fun. So much fun. I'd love to perform there someday.
Oh yeah. Do they have like an open mic or?
I don't think they do,
I don't
but
know.
maybe they used to at one point, but it was packed. It was so late. The only time I had to go to check out a show was like the last one, so it was 12:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
But it was so much fun. Godfrey went up.
Oh,
He
Godfrey.
was
Yeah.
the one who closed it out. So just to see him live and like all the other comics that went up, that was so great.
Hmm.
Just love the energy. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you watch the Kill Tony podcast or?
Sometimes, not all the time.
What is that thing about anyway? What's a podcast? I never really watch it. What is it about?
So the podcast, I think it's based on like he runs a mic,
Mm-hmm.
and so the panel there it's him and his producer, and then he invites like a couple of guest
Mm-hmm.
comedians, and they pull names out of a hat
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you just have to be ready to go up, and you have 1 minute to do material,
Oh, just 1 minute.
1 minute, and then they interview the
Oh, yeah.
person. And so, yeah. So sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes the person bombs, but
Mhm.
then the interview goes really well. It just depends. I mean, I think that's the beauty of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that here.
Okay.
Give people 1 minute.
Give them 1 minute. Yeah.
I think at the punchline on Sunday, they line up people and let them do like a one joke or something.
They used to do that.
They used
They
to do
used
that?
to. It was called walking the plank, I think,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Walk the plank.
Walk the plank, because
It was produced by Brian King.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. There's two Brian Kings.
yes,
I met another one who hosted at Kel's last week.
really,
Yeah, I think there's like a black Brian King, and
yeah,
the other guy is like Dr. Brian King, he's like a sex doctor.
okay,
Who's
No, he's a psychologist.
I thought he was a
Psychologist.
sex. Doesn't he like tour? Doesn't he tour doing like sex? I thought he was like a sex doctor.
So
or
wait,
something.
Dr. Brian King
Yes.
used to do walk the plank at Punchline.
Used to do walk the plank at a place called Castanola's on Pier 39.
Oh yeah.
And they had, I want to say they did it, maybe have had it at different venues, but it was mostly at Castanola's because that was their room.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And so no, and Brian King's an author and a comedian, public speaker, and psychologist.
Got
I
it.
don't know. I just see it.
And his books are usually about depression or whatever.
Mm.
His one book, he kind of interviewed part of me and some other comedians for it. It was like I think it's called The Laughing Cure.
Oh,
That
And
was
The
the
Laughing Cure about
That was the bestseller, wasn't it?
no, they did, yeah. He's actually done 3 books and they've all done really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if somebody can tour the country and have lectures,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure and that's how they support their drug habit. I mean, their comedian habit, their stand-up habit. Oh, it's as their stand-up act.
What do you say?
So literally, he will go and travel the
Yeah.
country. He's already told me he's gone to every state in the union. He's done like speaking engagements, and then at night he goes and does comedy. So
Oh yeah.
Good.
what a great deal,
that sounds like a balanced life.
right?
Yeah, that's nice.
Right. So
Except for the going to college part. That doesn't sound that fun. Psychology like majors used to scare me when I was in college.
Psychology?
Yeah, anytime I met a psychology major, I was
Oh, you were
like,
like,
oh no, because I got put through psychologists when I was a kid by my family.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I actually saw my first psychologist. I was like 7 years old,
Hmm.
and it was in Spanish. It was in Spanish. Yeah,
Here in the States or back in
no,
Venezuela?
in Palo Alto. My dad was going to Stanford. He was getting a master's degree,
Oh, okay.
and I had come from. I'm from Chile, but we were living in Venezuela. So I don't know how my parents found the psychologist. I was so bad they had to find a psychologist in Spanish just to talk to me at 7 years old. So, and then yeah, then I went as in high school. I went with my family because my parents wanted to yell at my older brother before he went off to college,
Oh
and
yeah.
then they wanted to yell at me. So, and then yeah, and then the psychologist decided my dad had to become a better person and actually made him into a better person, but
Oh.
my mom didn't really buy in, and I think yeah, my dad like changed. It was weird. Yeah, it was different, but I yeah, that's why I like psychologists because they always like were used against me or
Yeah, trying
something.
to diagnose you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember as a 7 year old I was telling my psychologist about my past life when I was a cowboy or something in the 1800s. I swear I used to say stuff like that. Just out of, I wish I had tape of that.
Yeah.
I wonder what that 7 year old used to say. That would have been like crazy. If I had tape of me at a 7 year old.
Just being like, I used to ride the plains of
Yeah. Stuff like, do you
whatever.
believe in
Yeah.
past lives or?
Me?
Yeah, are you into
I
past
think
lives
I
or?
do.
Oh yeah.
I think I do. Yeah. I feel like I believed in it more before.
Yeah.
I don't think about it that often now.
I
But
went into a chart and they told me, yeah, your past life, you were a Korean woman. So I was like, maybe they're messing with me. I'm not my neighbors upstairs are Koreans
oh, serious.
and they yell at me for weed. So I'm like, maybe they're just messing with me at this point. Like they
That's
hate,
funny.
yeah, they hate me. I'm like, oh.
Do they hate you, or is that's just their how they talk?
Nah, they don't like weed. They're not.
Oh,
They don't hate me. They hate the weed and stuff. Yeah, because yeah, when it gets to 100 degrees and they got the AC box outside
yeah.
and they think I'm putting weed inside.
You're just shoving like weed in their AC
Yeah,
box.
I become a chimney.
You're like,
My mom went on vacation and I became a chimney. I was just basically smoking nonstop.
yeah.
And they, and yeah, it was on a Tuesday. The maid was gonna come, so I heard the door knocking, and I thought it was a maid, but it was one of them. She came up to me and said, "Nah, you gotta smoke at the golf course."
Oh.
She's for like, and I said, "Okay," and then I just shut the door and I ignored her. But
And then you like lit it up again.
yeah, I closed the windows. I said, "Let me try and keep." Well, I would burn food. Like that's my other trick. Like you want to complain about smoke, I'm gonna burn some food,
That's funny.
burn bread. But yeah, they don't they don't like weed. I don't get it. You know. Yeah. I don't, some people still hate weed. It's kind of weird.
Well, some people I think have an allergic reaction where
Yeah.
they just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if she would tell me stuff like that, you know, I'd be cool with it. I
Yeah, but
would,
don't tell you what to do. That's
yeah,
a
be
little
more
bit.
helpful. Like if
Yeah.
you really got a problem, let me know. We can work it out, you know.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I don't like people who hate weed. She's up all night too. I hear her like up all night or something. Kind of seniors up all night.
Walking around. I think a lot. I feel like a lot of them can't settle down.
Yeah, they can't sleep because
There's,
Yeah, my father drinks like, 10 cups of coffee a day and wonders why he can't go to sleep when his last
right?
cup of coffee was like at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
uh,
That's my mom too. She goes to bed and something like 4 in the morning.
uh,
And then it starts and then she wakes. She has like rock star
and then she wakes up at
schedule.
6.
She wakes up at like 1
In the afternoon.
in the afternoon
Yeah.
Oh,
and then has a pot of coffee and then yeah, and then just cycles again.
Right.
yeah.
Yes, seniors, get off the caffeine. This is a PSA to seniors: get off the caffeine and onto the cannabis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if
Calm
it's just a
down.
CBD gummy an hour before you go to bed.
Right? With some magnesium or melatonin. What do they put in the gummies that make you sleepy?
CBD.
CBD.
Yeah.
I think the weed makes you sleepy.
But yeah, but
Yeah.
then some people don't have good reactions with cannabis or
I don't
THC.
know.
I know people that can have one little like milligram and be like paranoid that helicopters are coming for him. It's like you're not on cocaine.
Yeah, you're like, you're okay.
Really, you're not on cocaine, Mom. I mean, you're not on cocaine. It's fine.
I got a helicopter story. So the sus I go to used to be outdoors like 3 years ago, and they hired like private security. There was one white guy who every time he saw like a police helicopter, he would like freak out. He'd be like, "What's going on?" And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, "Why are you freaking out?" It turns out he was a cop and he wasn't supposed to be working security. He was Oakland PD, and he wasn't supposed to be working security.
He was moonlighting.
Yeah, he was moonlighting. I guess he thought that they were spying.
It's like they're coming after me.
They're coming after
They
me.
found out where I was. Shoot.
I couldn't figure it out. Why are you tripping, dude? Like
Yeah.
we're like in some field with a bunch of tents, like.
Yeah, he's like, those are my coworkers in that helicopter.
They got planes too. The Oakland PD's got planes too.
Really?
And they're constantly like flying around. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, some of these cities are getting some crazy funding for some crazy stuff.
The robo dogs.
My little city in Redwood City, they have like full on like assault vehicles. They look like tanks.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna go run down a house.
Yeah.
Well, in South America and Chile, they got these water tanks that they bring out when there's soccer games or there's a riot.
Oh, to hose people?
To hose them down. They're like, they're just spitting out water.
What hosers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they're high pressured ones that like blow people across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest riot I ever been at was after a soccer game in Chile. It was huge. I mean, I think the Capitals got like 6 different teams and 2 of them played. And the buses stopped running. They wouldn't come near this place. And they came out with the water tanks and there was gas all over. What is that called? The gas spray they spray out?
Oh, like pepper spray?
Like pepper spray?
No, but
like tear gas?
They were spraying tear gas. This was over
at a soccer game?
At the end of the game, because these fans they're like gangs. They're not really only fans, but they're also like gangs,
Yeah.
You see people sitting on the flag asking for money to go to the game. That's how.
Are you sure they weren't just crying? It wasn't the tear gas. It was just because their team lost.
No, I swear to God, it was the first time I ever smelled tear gas, and you never forget your first tear gas.
That shit brings a tear to my
eye. It was like, this is crazy, and I finally found a bus a couple miles away, but the windows were all broken up.
Oh, shit.
And this is crazy. These games get crazy down there,
When was this? When were you down there?
This was like, I think this was about 10 years ago. But this happens like every weekend. Every weekend, the stuff goes down.
Like in Europe, they talk about soccer hooligans.
Yeah.
And people like literally, like hitting each other and coming out bloody and broken noses. And it's like, really?
There's no beer being sold in this game. There was no beer.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, it's just
hella angry already.
Yeah.
It's weird. And they had the fans separated, the fan bases. So I was in the wrong fan zone,
Oh, jeez.
But I wasn't wearing the shirt. I was just trying to fit in. But I realized my team was on the other.
So you're like, yeah. Oh.
No,
I've gone to Giants games with people that will wear like an LA Dodgers shirt or hat. And I'm like, really? And they're like, aren't you okay with this? I'm like, I'm fine. Good luck with you.
Yeah. Serious. Like, why are you guys here?
Yeah, my first baseball game was the Giants and Dodgers, and they used to really fight back in those days. Yeah, it got crazy. Even now, but it's not the same. I mean, you would never see people walking around with a Dodger cap in the 80s, dude. That'd been a problem out here.
That has been it. Actually, somebody, I don't remember what actually did happen, but somebody got killed at a Giants game. But I think that was just because somebody bumped into their mirror. But I've seen brawls. We've seen videos of brawls and people. It's like, I'm sorry. And here's my disclaimer. I know you guys are sports fanatics. I like my sports too. But at some point, it's just entertainment,
That's not really
right?
true.
Isn't it, it's not really true?
It's not really true.
Oh,
Okay.
you're saying no? What are you
You're saying it's
Ah,
then
yeah.
everything
You're saying
everything
it
that
is-
you buy a ticket to is
it is
really
life?
just entertainment.
Oh no, it's totally rigged. I mean, there's no doubt.
Well, so is wrestling's
well,
rigged,
well, wrestling,
but it's still entertainment.
wrestling is
You're
predetermined.
buying a ticket to a play.
You know the weird thing is you can still bet on WWE events in Las Vegas, even though it's all rigged. I mean, you can still bet on them. You know,
Keep the machine going.
you can bet
Yeah,
on
that's
that.
right.
When I was down there one time during the Oscars, I thought I was gonna bet on the Oscars because I knew like two people were gonna win the Oscar for sure.
Yeah.
But they didn't let anybody bet on Oscars. It
Yeah,
was
there's certain things they won't let people bet on, and I thought they really would let people bet on anything.
yeah. Well,
So yeah, negative things like disparaging thing, like they don't have a Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
You can't bet on people dying.
that's not true. Is that true?
In
In Vegas, you
In
can't.
Vegas.
Oh no.
No, because it actually it breaks some law that
In New
makes
Jersey,
people incite crime.
in New Jersey, you can bet on
Interesting.
Deadpools.
It's like, oh wait, if my guy, you mean I could win $1 million if so and so, if George Burns, okay, he's already dead. That's why I'm saying his name.
George Brown.
That George Burns dies at 100. You mean I get $1 million? Oh, cool. He's dying at 100.
Jimmy.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
How much? How much?
You
did
know what would be a good thing to bet on? I just thought of this: the cancellation of someone,
Oh.
Oh,
because you see that shit happening, right?
right.
Sometimes you see it's like a slow train wreck. You're like, oh, this person's had a
Yeah.
couple brushes with the law, or
Or this
I've seen a
person's been-
TMZ video of him doing whatever.
Yeah.
And so now I guess the big thing is, and which I don't even know what I forget what it is, but some election in the Middle East that they wanted somebody to lose, they paid a whole bunch of actors through Cameo to say stuff in Arabic to diss the person.
Oh yeah.
And so they used it, which I've seen so many people, and I'm using finger quotes, abuse Cameo.
Okay.
Like Jimmy Kimmel went on, I think it was,
yeah,
what's his name?
Santos, wasn't it Santos?
They did Santos, but they also did
That was-
Giuliani.
They did Giuliani.
And so they were having them say stupid things.
yeah.
And they would pay the $200 because it was worth $200 for them to play a stupid clip
yeah.
of like Santos saying something about, oh, and he was saying he was doing some really ridiculous stuff with Santos. He was making him say things that kind of made like fun of him.
Mm.
I was gonna do a cameo. I was gonna get a porn star to do one for my mom as a joke, but then I chickened out.
But so that's what they're doing is they were getting like famous actors and rappers and
Yeah.
people that were globally known
Yeah.
to do these cameos that were dissing this other person, and I guess the person lost.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And so it was almost like disinformation, but they were literally giving them words to say in whatever language,
Yeah.
It's
like
true.
Saudi, and
Yeah.
having them totally diss them. And you could tell they were reading it, duda, bada,
Oh.
or
for
whatever.
real.
And you could
But
see,
it's still.
yeah, and you could
It
see the
still
captions underneath was, this person needs to be out of power or whatever
Yeah.
it was. But it was enough to do that. But so imagine doing that. You're canceling, you're betting on someone to be canceled.
Yeah.
Because you've seen people, like I've seen train wrecks, and some people just come out of nowhere. Like the Will Smith thing, out of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was anger or whatever. The Michael Richards thing, out of nowhere. But certain people, you're like, oh, Kanye's been losing it for a couple years. It's
Well-
just a matter of time before he does something that's going to be.
I heard rumors
Cringeworthy.
about Will Smith for years. I mean,
Well, there's been a lot of different things. Even
I was hearing rumors about Will Smith when I was in high school. That's how long he's been at it. When he,
And yeah.
well, sometimes people are dead for years before you find out the truth. What about the Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando thing?
oh
You
yeah,
didn't find out that until they'd both been gone for like a decade.
What happened?
Oh, Richard Pryor and Marlon Brando had some sexual relationship.
Oh, they were lovers.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh.
And it didn't come out until like Marlon Brando had been dead 20 years and Richard's been dead for 10.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody, some tattletale, or what do you call it? Whistleblower.
Gossip. Oh, I'm
Like a
gossip.
whistleblower. Yeah, gossip, I guess. Whatever you call it when
Yeah.
somebody does that. But they literally gossip.
I think
that,
they're called XY.
And
They're
well,
called
the funny thing
XY.
is somebody had brought it up, and I think
Yeah.
it was like Richard's bodyguard, but he kept it. And then, like, Richard's ex-wife said something about, oh yeah, he was bisexual.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, even his daughter came out and said, yeah, or something. And
Oh,
so,
Rain.
yeah, Rain.
Is there Rain?
And
Yeah.
so there, it's funny how things come out years later, and that wouldn't have canceled them. If anything, they would have been accepted if they would have came out.
Well, you know,
Sure.
Marlon Brando
Sure.
tried to get Richard Pryor in The Godfather, but they refused to let him in.
Oh, really?
He wanted to be like the James Caan, the character of the son,
Oh, really?
but they couldn't explain that away and stuff.
Oh, the color difference.
No, I'm just,
You're just making shit up on the top of
Shit
your.
up right now.
wouldn't it be cool?
So
he
my
had
bet
something
for
to
the
do-
person that was going to be canceled is the Junkyard Rat. That's
Me?
my guess. If I had to pick the
know.
cancellation pool, that would be. So
I'm a
who would you
legend.
pick in a cancellation pool? Who do you think's ready to get?
I think Ashton Kutcher is about to get
Oh,
canceled.
yeah, I think Ashton
Really?
Kutcher, yeah.
Yeah.
He's had a
'cause
couple
he's
weird things, right?
Had some weird things.
Like the not cleaning himself was one of them.
That is one of them.
Oh, the Danny.
That is another one.
I think he was going on a
The P
date.
Diddy party.
Oh, the P Diddy party.
He was going on a
he's
date.
going down, huh?
Like,
He was going on a date and he showed up and his date
Oh,
had
yeah.
been killed.
Yeah,
stuff,
and they
yeah.
don't know why. Like,
Yeah.
this is like before he even. I think it was before he was even famous.
This is the dish. Tell me what's
Yeah.
this one?
So there was somebody that he was dating,
Okay.
and I don't even know how. I don't even think it was like super serious. What do you know about it?
It was just a
No,
person.
he was
It
just
was-
going on a date.
Yeah, and then they were supposed to meet up for the date, but she never showed.
Okay.
And then he went to check on her, like he went to her house, and he saw like a stain on the floor. And then he just didn't go in or didn't.
And she was dead
She
inside.
was already dead. And then he went, and there was some sketchy shit. Like he made a phone call. And then it was like the next day. Then he like reached out to someone to say, "Hey,
I
can you
still
check?"
haven't seen
Yeah.
Chick, and can you check on
Yeah,
her?
but then he wasn't found guilty at all, or he wasn't questioned. I mean, it was sort of like they never really probed it.
There's 3 or
It's
4
a
things
little
that are a little
sketchy.
strange.
Yeah, a little weird.
Okay, so that's a good and
and that's
I'm
from
not
the
a
very
good,
beginning, right?
I'm not a gambler either, but that's one I would gamble on. That was like, oh yeah, he does have some stuff going on.
Do you have Netflix or? Do you
Me?
Have yeah, do you have Netflix?
Yeah, I have Netflix.
Because there's a new movie called The Woman of the Hour in it.
Okay.
Like Anna Kendrick directs it. Like it's about that dating game show where
Oh yeah,
they had the serial killer. Have you
Yes.
seen it yet?
I saw the trailer and
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
Oh yeah, I saw that movie. It was pretty good.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, the guy was there on it was funny. He was on the dating game show,
Mm-hmm.
and he had killed like 10 people.
Yeah, it was based on
already.
a true story.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a good movie. I can't believe I'm the only one that watched it.
And I won't take it too personally that Chris avoided answering the question about who he thinks is going to be canceled next.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's Kamala when she loses on Tuesday.
Oh, so here's my thought. Is Trump ever going to be canceled?
I don't know. Kill
And
Tony.
what does it take?
Tony's gonna get canceled, but I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get canceled, because if he is, he would have got canceled a long time ago.
There's
I just think at some point they're gonna be his populace will disenfranchise from him.
there's
Tony
a movie called
Hinchcliffe?
Tony. Yeah.
Or-
Who's that?
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Oh,
Tony.
the Kill Tony. That
Oh,
that
yeah.
comedian who just talked at the rally. He just did he did jokes at Trump's rally yesterday.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and I know who
Yeah.
Tony hit. To kill Tony. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
talking about
really?
Puerto Rico. Yeah, he was talking about there's like a garbage dump in the middle of the ocean. He said
Okay, and again, we never usually talk about. When I was growing up, we didn't talk about religion. We wanted government to stay out of our bedroom.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Never talk politics. Never we would talk about who you were voting for.
Right.
And now it's all fair game, and you almost have to have it written on your sleeve.
I'm down with government in my bedroom though. That's kind of hot though.
Yeah, as long as they
I'm
put a
down with
finger in
that.
my.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Some government.
Come on, Joe, plop it right in there.
Come on, Joe.
Oh man, Joe Biden. Oh my gosh, poor guy.
Where is Joe Biden anyway?
He's taking a nap.
He's taking it now.
I know.
Well, at least he doesn't have to hide anything anymore.
Right. Like they don't have. Yeah. Because it was getting a little scary for a minute there.
Well, and it's funny because after he dropped out, and again, psycho, Trump's psycho, in my opinion. But it's like he started going on a decline really quick too, because he's always rambled. But now, like even that thing, what was it, a week ago, where he literally stopped whatever interview and danced for 39 minutes.
Actually, what happened is 2 people had fainted because it was so hot.
Right.
I think he was trying to get people to leave in case something really bad happened. You know,
So he thought his dancing would make them leave.
it would make me leave. Yeah.
They thought something really bad was going to happen, like him dancing for
His
39
crowd was
minutes.
so confused.
Does he have
they were
moves
like,
and
"What's
stuff?
happening?"
Can he
Well, the
dance?
funny thing is somebody needs to make a video where they put him dancing and then they put the Joe dancing at the Juneteenth thing.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
The
you
side
can
by
kind of
side.
see he's like doing this thing. He's putting
These are
pressure
his
on the right
moves.
toe. Yeah, he's
I
like,
felt so bad for Joe during that Joe. They totally set him up. You know what? If I hadn't made that video, he probably would be running.
we're sitting here
That
laughing.
video-
We're sitting here
I know.
laughing at
I
these
know,
guys.
I
And
don't like
here's
making
the
fun
thing
of
that's
old
really
people.
funny. Well, here's the really funny thing is we were just talking about elderly people and our parents and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Okay, younger generation, and this applies across the board. I won't. That's another reason you know I'm getting old. You complain about everything the younger people are doing or not doing. Okay, so with my there's 2 situations, one being the studio, one even being comedy day, that I'm like, wow, we need to start getting more volunteers, and it should be the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, young go-getter comedians.
Yeah.
No, they want it handed to them. I had somebody goes, great, how do I get on the board of directors? I go, years and years of volunteering on like the board of volunteers and stuff like that. I go, you don't just, oh no, I just want the power. Oh, of course you do.
You sleep with
Wow.
Paul.
You just want power.
You have to
You just-
sleep with
you
Paul.
need to
Well,
sleep with Paul.
yeah, you really don't need to sleep with Paul.
Sleep with
You really
Paul.
just need to let Paul sleep.
I'll
It's
show
probably
you.
what gets you.
I'll show you.
But even the studio. So like, and I won't badmouth anybody else that's doing any other small business here in San Francisco, but here I have a studio that people could come in and they could literally provide sweat equity and have their own video podcast.
Yeah.
You know, they work for a couple hours a week and they could have a couple hours show. But is there anybody? No. They want it given to them. I've had multiple people saying, "Cool, how much are you gonna pay me to do a podcast at your studio?" And I'm like, "Wait, I'm the
work
pot
like that.
smoker.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm the one that's high right now. What are you talking about?"
man.
And so it's weird. It's a
Yeah,
different dynamic.
It's like definitely a generational thing. The thought process is weird.
It's they're gig workers. They're all thinking they're
You
gonna
know.
get paid for whatever.
Right.
Well, they have been getting paid since they were kids. They were getting paid for stuff they did. You know.
Somebody asked about being a guest on a podcast, and they said, "Oh, that would be great. How much are you paying me?"
I don't know.
And it's like, wait, you're the artist promoting
Yeah.
your brand. If you're a comedian or musician or DJ, you're promoting yourself, right?
Yeah.
In a way, you should be paying me, but really, it's just you should feel you're privileged to be on someone's show where they talk about you for an hour.
Yeah.
That's right.
and they show your art for an hour. But it's
But
weird.
they don't.
No, some people
No.
were like, okay, cool. How much are you paying me? It's like,
I mean,
wait.
it's yeah.
Well, it's even like it's like almost like comedy shows are different too. They used to be bringers, and they're still bringer shows, but it's done differently. I think.
Mhm.
I don't
It's-
know. It's just a different mentality across the board. If it's not comedians, or it's just, and again, I think this is a sign I'm getting older.
I had a discussion about this
Yeah.
over the Barrel Proof Lounge. I guess they pay people, and now they're going out of business. And a friend of mine who books shows that I'm on Fridays, I won't mention his name, but he's like, that's why it's going out of business because he pays the comedians too much. I'm not gonna pay any of them.
Well, you should.
And I was
you
like,
should
what
pay.
kind of
I think you
excuse
should
is
pay
that?
comedians.
Yeah,
I mean, I think yeah. I mean, it's
you gotta pay some. I mean, it costs money to get over the bridge to take Bart over here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why even the shows that I didn't have much of a budget for, like my Redwood City room, everybody got a $10 minimum, which means they
Yeah.
always got $10. They always got a drink. And
Mhm.
I tried for the longest time. I tried to buy like I would buy what was it, the $5.99 Little Caesar pepperoni pizzas.
Oh yeah,
I'd
yeah.
Oh,
bring
yeah.
them in, and comics would eat, and then after a while they're like, "Yeah, I can't eat pork," and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh god.
okay, I'll get you cheese." "Oh, I don't eat this." I'm like, "Fuck."
Oh,
So I'm
no.
bringing
You gotta
home
go
pizza.
vegan. You
Oh,
gotta go
yeah,
vegan.
Or leaving it at the bar, or
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and so I find myself, I was spending some money. I was spending, $2,500 a year just to
keep that going.
keep a room open and entertainers in a bar that you own.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Wait, hold on. What are you giving me? Well, we give each one of the
You
comedians a
get the
drink.
time. Oh.
They would
the
get a drink.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the bar would give them a drink, and you figure even if it was a mixed drink and it was a well drink, it was probably $3 their cost.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Tommy T's charges you to do the open mic. It's not free. It's like $5, and you get like 3 minutes.
Okay, so,
So-
this is a good conversation. I like this
Yeah.
because I just got back from New York, right? And
Right.
so it felt like all the mics, all
Were
the
pay.
open mics, you have to pay.
You have to pay.
and you
yeah.
have to pay pretty much. I think there was
It was like $1 a minute, basically.
yeah, like $5 for a mic, and you weren't always guaranteed 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like if they had a stacked lineup, then
And you got less.
you got 4.5 minutes.
right.
But
or 4, right.
and then you were asked to like get an item or two from the bar, so you're just like, how do you people even make this work,
Oh no.
right? Because it's
Right.
like, oh
So the only time I would pay to play,
yeah,
and that's what we call pay to play, is if it is a Tommy's, if it's an actual comedy venue or a really nice stage,
yeah,
and they record the shit semi-professionally, and I want to record something and I don't want to deal with it. So like even if I go to a decent stage and I set up my phone and my camera, that's fine.
yeah,
But if I really wanted a 3 or 5 minute set that was really nice and it showed me like somewhere on stage at Tommy T's, I'd pay the $5
yeah,
Yeah.
because I'd rather send someone a clip with a Tommy T's logo behind me than
at a bar,
at a bar somewhere where you can hear people talking and
Yeah,
fighting and
the game's on in the back.
you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, so for that, I would do it. But I mean, again, that's kind of novelty too.
yeah,
That's after you've been a comedian for X amount of years. It's like, okay, I've had so many videos of me on so many stages that I haven't even cut up or made reels out of, or like I literally found a stack of DVDs and it was a whole bunch of stuff from the Brainwash.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, oh, this is
Did you
awesome.
perform at the Brain?
And I stuck in, I literally went to the middle of the pile
Yeah.
and just grabbed a random disc and stuck it in and found myself. And I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
But it was more walking down memory lane.
Sure. Like for like a flashback Friday.
Right.
type
I
of
sure
thing.
wouldn't cut that up, put it on
Yeah.
my current reel and say, this is what I'm slinging now.
Right. Right.
Have you
Yeah.
performed
But
in the Brainwash or?
You know, so I did the Brainwash once. It was for like poetry.
Yeah,
for
the poetry.
spoken
yeah.
word. I did like the spoken word mic, but
Uh-huh.
I had friends that were doing comedy at the time, and yeah, they went up there, and I'd go for those shows.
Mhm.
But But yeah, Brainwash was great. Did you go up there?
Yeah,
when
I
it
went to the
was
Brainwash a
happening?
lot.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun back in the day.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the clip that? And I had seen it before, and it was funny. Did you guys see the clip? I gotta mute this before it goes.
With Ali Wong
Yeah.
on Hot Takes.
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
So, did you watch
Yeah.
the part right after that Damien didn't post?
No.
The
He
part
used
about
to-
our little theater.
Yes.
Have you been to our little theater? Yeah.
And so when I started watching that, I'm like, oh, that whole little chunk, which was great. My favorite part of that whole thing is how blown away she was by, like, what a deep
Oh,
cut this
Yeah.
was.
She
What
was
do you
like,
mean,
"What are
Tony?
you,
Tony Sparks?
PhD? Yeah.
Are you stalking me? What the hell?
Yeah.
And so that's what I like. But then she even started talking, and he even said something about my little theater and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, the our little theater.
So
yeah.
if you've never been in our little theater, that was Sia Ama.
Mhm.
Right? Sia Ama. And that's downtown. It's kind of on the edge of the Tenderloin, but also on the edge of the financial district. And they
Okay.
were really good because they had it was a hair shop or a nail salon or something. And they literally had a sliding door that opened up onto, is it Turk? Some major street. I want to say it's Turk.
It was like a studio apartment turned into a comedy club.
Right, but they actually also, it used to be like her hair salon.
And was it a hair salon too?
Yeah, it was a hair salon by day, and by night it was
Yeah.
a theater, and I think she lived in the back. And so
Yeah.
it was funny because the door to get in was like a sliding back door, like your house.
Oh.
And you kind of, it was like
glass door?
it was a weird
Yeah.
door. I
Yeah.
just remember it was kind of like, oh, this is not industrial. This is like, looks like it should be at somebody's house. Anyway, they
This
would
is an
bark.
illegal-
They would bark
illegal
people.
apartment.
There was only maybe 20 chairs in there,
Okay.
and they would bark, and they would usually fill up that room, and it was always tourists. And half of them were from different countries, didn't know what you were saying,
Right.
or had literally just come off a boat or a plane in
Yeah.
San Francisco and taking pictures of you, and like you felt
That's
like
wild.
a caged animal.
Yeah.
And so some of the stuff you could do there, you could do anything there.
Sure.
And so I thought it was funny because when he started talking about that, I just started laughing because that's one of those things where it is a deep cut. And it was like, holy shit, you've done some
Yeah.
research, bro. And then my wife was watching that and part of another one. I forget who the other person was that we watched, another Hot Ones. But she goes, it's not the damn wings and this, not. It's his questions. He's really good at research. He's really great at questions. I go, yeah, no, the wings are a gimmick.
Yeah.
That's just a gimmick to get somebody in the chair.
One of
Sure.
my friends, he
Sure.
volunteers at a spoken word, like I think it's in Berkeley, and you gotta pay a $20 ticket just to get in, and then they randomly pick names, and even though you pay $20 to get in, there's a chance you're not even getting up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even those things are like, but he volunteers, but yeah, he gets his name called in like once every 5 times, but yeah, it's crazy how these things run, but some of them are very successful. I don't know.
Yeah, it just makes me wonder cuz I mean, that's not how I'm used to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think doing comedy here in San Francisco in the Bay Area, there's not a lot of mics that are like, okay, pay up
Pay up, yeah, pay up.
to get on the list.
Yeah.
Like sign up and pay up. I feel like you can still find mics that are good that
Mhm.
you can do, you just have to sign up and show up.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you want to support the bar naturally. So buy
Mhm.
an item or whatever. But, it's so like, I don't know, the rules in New York were so like, you have to. And I was like, this isn't the punchline. Like,
I think LA is the
It's just-
same way now. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's because it's so competitive that, and there's a bunch of people who got money who are willing to pay up and stuff.
Who can
Yeah.
do it? Who
Yeah.
can?
I think the news business is the same way, that you got these people coming out of colleges, but they got rich families, so they can work for the minimum like 20 grand a year at the New York Times for a couple of years because they got rich families anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of these rich kids end up like in certain fields, because like in comedy, you know, they got money, they can do these things, you know.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like pushing everybody else out or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It creates like a bubble.
Would you ever move to New York for comedy or?
What the thing that I did love about it is that you could do mics any time of day. Like you can do noon. There's a place you can go up and do it at noon, and there's people. You know, you can go 3 o'clock. There's people leading all. You know,
All the way up till bars closing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was cool to do. I would love to do that again, but I don't know if I would want to live there.
How different was it?
It felt the same.
It did it?
It felt a lot the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know when you get out of certain pockets, it's like, wow, okay, people change
Yeah.
and audiences change.
I
and-
mean, the type of jokes were a little bit more political.
Okay.
There's like more political commentary. There was more like, I mean, there was one guy who straight up did a joke on Rumsfeld, Donald Rumsfeld, and he was the best out of everybody.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, shit, I can't believe I'm thinking about Donald Rumsfeld now. But
Right.
you know, but and so like what they talk about is a little bit different. Here you find people who want to talk about well, they still talk about dating over there, but here is like work, you know, tech.
And I'm guessing San Francisco is
Dating
more
here.
sometimes weirder stuff.
Well,
Sometimes
it's extremely woke in the Bay Area. I did an open mic
Yeah.
in Vegas at the Wise Guys, and there's some jokes that you would never hear in the Bay Area said over there.
Yeah.
It's like they had homophobic material, racist stuff, and
But the audience loved it. Yeah.
yeah, the
Like,
audience,
was like, that's so
and yet
funny.
everybody got 3 minutes. There was like 30 comedians. I think it went over like 2 hours. It was
Yeah.
a long time, and everybody did really well. But yeah, it's like it's a little different. But yeah, the Bay Area is like extremely woke for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
and
This
let me
is
know. I
fun.
do have this queued up
This
if
is-
you guys
yeah,
want
you
to watch
wanna
this at any
watch it?
point.
Yeah, let's
is
watch
funny.
it.
All right, here you go. This is the part we were talking about from Hot Ones, and I think I cut out all the logos, so I shouldn't get totally nailed. Here we go.
You're telling me.
Yeah. The butthole specifically was burning.
It does that.
Yeah.
So I read that the first place that you ever did stand up was at the Brainwash Cafe on Folsom Street in San Francisco.
Yes.
Can you paint the picture for what an open mic showcase hosted by Tony Sparks might have looked and felt like for a performer on stage?
My gosh, this is a deep cut. I am sure you must be. Are you a PhD? That's a crazy. That is Tony Sparks. Wow. So there was this place called the Brainwash Cafe, and it was like literally half cafe, half laundromat, 100% homeless shelter. And the show would start at 5 p.m. and you do 3 minutes to like, you know, people jerking off into their eggs and folding their laundry, and a lot of comics judging you. And it was great.
Thinking back on that time, which venue do you remember as more of a nightmare? Marsh's Mock Cafe or Our Little Theater in the Tenderloin District?
My gosh. Well, why do you know these things? Oh my gosh. Okay. Probably Our Little Theater, because it was in the Tenderloin, which if you know San Francisco, those loins are not so tender
Right.
in that neighborhood. I mean, if you step outside of Our Little Theater, you will step in human feces for sure. That's
It's
human
real. It
shit.
gets
That's
real.
not dog shit. That's human shit. So, yeah, it was like gross and scary to enter and exit every single time. And then, my God, the audience, that poor audience, like always. I mean, they got trapped. They got catfished into being there, and they knew it, and I knew it, and I felt bad for them.
That's hella funny, by the way, because you did. You felt like every time that audience was at least okay. I think I performed there a half dozen times. Every single time they did fill that room. They did really good at getting that room. It wasn't that many seats in it,
Yeah.
but they always filled it. There was always an audience. They had drinks, so you could drink. Like I think you could bring your own alcohol in, is what you could.
I
do.
think my mom's
Oh, okay.
apartment is bigger than that.
Yeah,
place.
no,
I mean,
it's literally from here
yeah.
to that door.
And
Wow.
it was the real
Maybe about that.
tenderloin. It wasn't. It was like it's like 6th Street, but 3 times worse. I mean, it was bad. I wouldn't want to even park my car near that area. It was so bad. But that woman, I don't think liked me. I went there with a friend of mine one time, and she started talking shit to me. So
She used to do shows for her benefit or for her charity, and her charity was a worthy charity, but it was really hard to mention it while you're doing comedy. So
Oh.
she was from Africa, and her charity was
well, she got circumcised, didn't she?
yeah of women getting circumcised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was her mission, if
Right.
you will.
I'm not
And
down
so it
with
was really hard to
circumcision.
mention that
Yeah. Like, how do you work that into
and not
bring down?
yeah, not bring down the room, not make fun of it because it's not to be made fun
No.
of,
Yeah.
right? And so, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they circumcise men or women. Like, I don't understand why it's appropriate. To
I don't even know why
circumcise men.
how that
Yeah. I
how
don't
did that
know.
ever come
Like,
about.
how was that an idea?
I'm not
that-
circumcised. I don't know if that's a secret or not. But
It's like just saying, oh yeah,
I'm
we
not
just want to take off the
circumcised.
tip of your
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah, little baby.
yeah.
What the hell?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Which
But now
I guess I got peer pressured.
I'm not. I'm not
into it.
circumcised.
By your parents.
My parents.
I make
You want to
my-
look like your dad? I don't even know who my dad is, and you want me to look like him?
Yeah.
You have a
Aw.
dad, or you don't have a dad?
It's a long story, Chris. You got a 2-hour podcast? Oh, you do.
You know, I make a lot more money being uncut on OnlyFans now.
Oh,
People pay more money because
that's
I'm
your bread and
uncut.
butter.
Yeah, I'm uncut.
That's my foot's bed.
I charge
bread and butter.
$5 more a month because I'm uncut and stuff. I make more money.
Uncut.
But I never understood getting circumcised and stuff.
Time for the Junkyard Rat
I know.
show, uncut.
I know.
Uncut, I never understood that. But yeah, she was
Yikes.
talking shit to me, and I told her, "Don't worry, I gotta go home and get circumcised soon."
Gotta go
That was
home.
my comeback.
It's like
But you know, I was,
Oh.
some people get homeschooled.
Yeah.
but secretly, I always wondered what you know, what is it? You know, like is it different if you're circumcised? Like, I had questions. I'm a curious person. I'm like, you know,
Right, but I'm just.
I wish we could have been friends and we could have smoked a joint. Like, tell me what it feels like when you're circumcised and you're having sex.
I was quite young at the time.
I had
Jesus.
questions for
It was
her.
just last week. Let me tell you about the experience.
Yeah. I have a reputation though, so I'm not surprised people don't like me.
What's your reputation? What?
Yeah, what is your
I mean,
reputation?
Now that I'm here,
Yeah.
what? Tell
Oh,
me.
yeah, what is your. I'm afraid to ask too.
I don't know.
He's the human anteater,
I'm a
apparently.
good
I don't
person.
know.
I'm a good person.
I'm a good person.
That's,
I'm a good
that's your
That's-
reputation.
yeah, that is
I'm
a
a
rep.
good
That,
That's your
person.
rep.
yeah, you got to keep it clean.
No, I think part of it is that I think I'm self-diagnosed autistic. I do say stuff that people don't like, and I blame it on my autism. I do like to ride bar for 3 hours.
So
at a
I'd like to
time,
change up my
Okay.
guess
I
for
might-
who's going to be canceled first.
I've been canceled more times than Paul's credit card got canceled.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
That's
fucking
funny.
a lot.
You see?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is that people get canceled, but they still come back and stuff, you know? It's weird that people will cancel you these days for saying something they don't like, but people like Weinstein can be out there 40 years doing what he wants.
Well,
You know?
yeah, but he's out.
I think comedians are becoming a problem, like Tony, what he said. I mean, it was just a joke, but people,
Oh, kill Tony.
yeah, but you know, and my thing about it, I was thinking about it, but the interesting thing is, I haven't seen any Latinos on the campaign trail. Both Trump and Kamala, they don't bring out like John Leguizamo or Bad Bunny to get the votes. You know, it's like It's one.
Oh,
Yeah.
but Bad Bunny said because of what Tony Hinchcliffe
Yeah.
said, he's voting for Kamala.
No, but what I'm saying is like they talk about they want the
Those are the
Latino
kind of
vote,
battles I like.
but it's like why aren't we represented on the campaign trail? Why aren't we out there with Beyonce? You know, why don't they bring out? They only bring out sophisticated groups, but why aren't they Latinos in the campaign trail?
Sure.
You
I mean,
know?
I question the same for Filipinos, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know that there are Filipino Trumpers out there.
Yeah.
That's something a middle-aged white guy will never say. I wonder why there's not more of us out there.
Where are they?
I wish we were represented.
Where?
Yeah.
We are marginalized.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's just racist against us.
I want the
Yes, a
Latino.
double foam latte.
I want
Half,
John
half.
Leguizamo telling me that you're racist for not voting for Kamala. You Latino. I want to hear that from.
You want to
Don-
hear that straight from the
I want
Latino
like
source?
Obama. I want like a Latino dude to lecture me like Obama.
Yeah, but I saw, what was it, on the Republican convention? They had that girl that was like a trans something. It was a woman, trans something. It was like 4 different things she was hitting.
Yeah.
And she went out there and did some little thing that, we support Trump because
Yeah.
Trump supports us. And I was thinking to myself, really?
Really? Just isn't.
What about the military thing? What about every other thing he says about bathrooms? What about, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And so
where's AOC? Why isn't she on the campaign
I
trail?
guess there's always
She wasn't out there for Biden. Why isn't Kamala using AOC? You know, like my thing is
Probably
why.
scared she's going to
Yeah.
say something about Palestine.
I understand why Latinos are on the campaign trail because there's a lot of Christian conservative Latinos, you know, and I think the reason
Oh, yeah.
the reason is because the Europeans like they decided to make them into Christian conservatives, so I think they can't really blame them, you know, it's not really their fault, you know, not really, and then their great grandkids are like, stop being Christians, we got a new thing for you, it's called being woke, like. Your great grandfather made me a Christian, and now you want me to be woke.
All right, you guys, thank you
Yeah.
for being live listeners. If you have, no, I'm not gonna cut you off. I'm just letting
But
them
it's
know.
the
Thank
truth.
you.
You know, my family came out of Europe. My family in Chile are all right wing. They're conservatives. You know, they're all Catholics. You know, and
Yeah.
but my thing is, I'm not surprised when I see Latinos who they're conservative because you know, and the other thing people don't really talk about, it's a lot easier to come to America legally through Christian organizations.
Sure.
Yeah, so in a way, I think it's like I get it, you know, I get why it is, but my thing is like, I'm just tired of this election. Can we just get over with?
I'm tired of them asking for money.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, I can't.
I only donated once to a politician.
Same.
Which,
And then you're on that list forever.
what politician did you give money to?
Kamala.
I gave money to Hillary.
That was like years ago, dude.
I did, you know, it's the only, I'll be honest with you. She was giving out like for $5, she would give you like a women's card, right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought,
You
what?
wanted that card?
I wanted the women's card. I
Oh
sent her
my
$5.
I gave money to Ferraro.
A Ferraro. But she was vice.
Dang. That's like... Was
That
that
is
your
a
ice
little-
cream money? What?
No, you know what? Thank you. I know I look good for my age.
It was
Jeez.
his cocaine
Ferraro.
money.
That was
Oh
my
my
cocaine
God.
money.
I'm not,
That
I'm
was
not
the
doing
sign of the
coke.
times.
I'm not doing cocaine this week.
That was the sign of the
I'm-
times.
The Ferraro's
know.
worth it.
Yeah.
Ferraro was hella cool and
Oh my
stuff.
God. So
I wish she had become president and stuff.
Oh, well, at least we wouldn't be having this conversation now.
I know. Are you going to the voting booth? I've been to the voting booth only once. My first time.
yeah.
I voted after I became a citizen, but I've never been on a booth again.
I don't like the booth. I like to fill out my ballot and then just
Yeah.
either I'm mailing it in ahead of time or I'm dropping it off and dumping it in the thing.
Yeah, there's like mailboxes now
box.
for ballots.
Yeah.
Aren't
Yeah,
there?
they make it really,
Yeah,
really.
it's
They make it
super
really
easy.
easy and stuff.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise you're just standing there sweating and like.
Oh yeah. I always fill out my ballot, but I never send it in.
Oh. Okay, but then do you walk it in?
No, I don't. I just
You
don't
gotta
vote.
walk it
I
in.
make it into a paper airplane, and
and you just go.
It's
Yeah.
California. Like nobody really cares what happens in California.
Oh,
We know who's gonna
man.
win. I mean, I can basically tell you who's gonna take California.
one of my kids is
Come
not
on, Kamala's gonna take California. Who's gonna be the senator of California?
my one kid told me, "Oh, I'm not voting because I'm going to be out of town." I go, "You should have done early voting." And I go,
Yeah.
"Great. So for the next 4 years,
It's on you.
it's totally on you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you spout anything about anything."
That's right.
Did
It's
they
like
change their mind? And
they're like, "Well, yeah, right, sure, okay." It's kind of like the old Carlin had a thing. He says everybody's got it backwards. If I don't vote, then I'm not part of the problem. He goes, people have it all ass backwards, or basically. It's basically, if I don't vote, then you can't blame me for anything. But if I do vote, then you can blame me, kind of thing.
The reason I don't vote is because I think they keep records on what you vote on. So I think those are going to become public records later on who you vote for. It's all computerized.
Yeah, but it better not. I mean,
I'm telling you, everything gets broken into these days. How you not know that maybe Paul voted for Trump 3 times and we're going to find out 5 years
well,
from
I
now.
think the census actually denotes on what party you're registered to.
Yeah.
yeah,
Does it?
I think so.
I think that's one of the things it kind of does, but it doesn't mean you vote party lines.
Exactly.
right.
But most of us do.
And I do want you to vote for Steve Garvey for senator
Oh, jeez.
because that was my
What's
brother.
happening?
That was my brother's favorite player
Steve
growing
Garvey
up.
was
Okay.
a player
need-
for the LA Dodgers.
We need
back
to get him in the Hall
70s.
of Fame. So I
Okay.
can't believe that guy came in second. Like, it's because the guy who came
Steve
in
Garvey
first.
rally right here.
The guy who came in first, I forgot what's his name. The guy who's leading it and stuff. You know, it breaks my heart that for the first time in my lifetime, there won't be a female senator from California. It's breaking my heart that when I grew up, it was Dianne
Feinstein
Feinstein,
and
Yeah.
Pelosi.
No, boxer, not
The boxer.
Pelosi's
Well,
never
yeah,
been a
right.
senator, dude.
No, she's Congresswoman.
But you went to
Congresswoman.
public school, so
Yeah, I went to public school.
it's boxer and Feinstein.
But what's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
There's never been a female governor in California
No,
because there's no rich woman who wants to live in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying?
that's
If you're a
funny.
rich woman, you don't want to be in Sac. You'd rather be in DC. That's and the other thing
If
is,
you're a woman, you don't want a sack.
you know, the other thing is Sacramento is sexist. The word men is in Sacramento. The word men is in Sacramento. And I think half the year it should be Sacramento because that sounds more native anyway.
Memento?
It sounds more native anyway. Sacramento.
And it only sounds good if you're stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my Sacramento jokes. But it's true, there's never been a female governor in California. But we had like 2 senators for the last 40 years. It's kind of weird, isn't it? You know? How the seat of power,
How it? Yeah.
you know? Or the other thing is, I don't even know if I've been on a plane with a female pilot. I mean, why aren't there any female pilots? Have you been on a plane with a female pilot or
I want to say once.
once?
I have, but
Why isn't there female pilots, you know?
Yeah, I heard a comedian take that on. It was Greg Giraldo.
Oh yeah, Greg Giraldo.
He's
Yeah.
talking about how female pilot comes on. Hi, I'm Captain Johnson, and getting ready for takeoff. And he goes, everybody. I mean, everybody. The men and the women said, what the fuck, Buttercup? This is actually a big piece of machinery you're flying here and all this stuff. And he
Yeah.
goes on and on and on. I'm like, okay, so that would get you canceled
right.
nowadays. And that was only
No, it was like 6
7
years
years?
ago.
Yeah.
I was on a plane and they emailed me saying it was late an hour. When I got there, the plane was on time, but one of the pilots did not get the email on time. The pilot showed up an hour late. We were waiting in the plane for him. Isn't that
Oh.
crazy? We're all, and the woman next to me, she's like really nervous. She's like, I gotta get home to my child, you know, and she was ready to get on a plane at Sacramento because it was close to Oakland. Like she's freaking out, and I'm like. And I told her, yeah, one of the pilots is not here.
Wow.
And it turned out it was true. But it was crazy because they never emailed us saying the plane was on. Maybe they switched the planes.
Was it Catherine O'Hara
It was
from Home Alone?
it was Spirit. It was Spirit Airlines.
Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
Tell me about how's your comedy going?
It's going. I mean, yeah, like October was really busy and now I feel like it's coming to a halt. Yeah, like I think I only have one show happening in November.
Which one?
It is with Karen Buchanan at what's the name? Kaleidoscope
the
Coffee.
Kaleidoscope.
Yeah. Yeah, reach out to her. She's super supportive.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is going to be, I think she said her show, it's her second anniversary. And she was going through like her old notes and realized that I was on her first show 2 years ago. So I thought that was fun because I completely, 2 years goes by fast, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Does things slow down this time of year for you? Because everybody's doing whatever holiday shows or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, we were doing Slate last year. Like we were doing Slate, and so I felt like that was like a regular thing happening. And then at this time we would be like ramping up for the comedy throwdown that we used to do.
Yeah, because one of the busiest nights in a bar world is like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now without Slate, it's like without that regularity, I just feel like, you know, there's a huge push just the last couple weeks. And then now it's kind of like, okay, what's happening now?
And so how long were you producing Slate for?
We did Slate for almost 2 years. And then the bar owner had been trying to sell for a while and had already moved to like Truckee. And I think they were gonna have a new owner, and then it went through. It didn't go through. It fell through, and they were just like, I can't. They didn't want to deal with it anymore, so they just closed the bar down.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks. A lot of businesses that happen too.
So. Right, and we were always thinking, oh, well, someone else will buy it. Like we'll pick it up, and then we can start again. And it just hasn't happened. So. I just feel like...
Is that place all boarded up now still?
Yeah.
I think it's up to you to take over the bar.
It's just up to me. I know.
Well,
and then Alameda Comedy Club's going up for sale.
Oh, yeah, the Alameda Comedy Club, yeah.
What's going on, people? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a beautiful club. They put a lot of good work.
I loved that room. It's
really
so nice. Yeah. So who knows?
And you think if they can't get money in Alameda...
Right.
There's old money in Alameda.
Yeah.
I think that is just... I think it was just too hard to have a comedy club down there.
There wasn't a young enough sect of people, maybe? I don't know. But it seemed like it was the only real entertainment other than just bar hopping on that island.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean...
I think so.
I think most locals, when they want to see comedy, they end up at the Punchline or Cobb's or...
Right. So if they actually put one in your hometown, that's only... Because... Almost anything in Alameda is only like 5 or less than 10 minutes away from it. You could drive from one end of Alameda to the other in less than 10 minutes. And so, yeah, but who wants to literally get off the island, go across the bridge, pay for parking, do this, do that.
Yeah. When
you have it right there. As long as they were decent shows. You're not going to see Mark Normand or Chris Rock or whatever, but... Or Dave Chappelle or whoever.
Well, most of the people who move to Alameda are trying to hide out from Oakland, so I don't think they want to go anywhere. They're like...
They just want to be on their bike.
Yeah, people move to Alameda because they don't want to be near that area,
So the reason there's a couple of reasons I think people live in Alameda. One is that they work somewhere here in the Bay.
Yes.
And that is really... That's a downtown you could literally walk through, and they still have things on tables out in front of stores, clothing racks out in front of stores, people pushing their kids and strollers and balloons and stuff like that. I mean, it looks like you've gone back like 50 years.
Super small town feeling. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that's part of it is that. And then the other part of it is it's just that it's there's money there, but I think it's all they're like you said, maybe either leaving town to go get their entertainment or
Yeah.
do whatever, but that's their place to lay their head at night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's sad because that was a beautiful club.
Yeah.
It should be existing, and it's really close to downtown. I know there's already enough sports bars in that downtown. That's one
Yeah.
thing they do have there in
They do
Alameda.
have a lot of those. Yeah.
And so you can't just say, oh, well, we're going to have it be a sports bar for 4 nights of the week, and 3 nights of the week it's going to be a comedy club.
The Raiders left. The military left. It's time for the takeover.
Yeah, it's scary. Like I said, that town's
I-
really beautiful.
I
It's
know.
nice. It's kind of
They
it's
got
kinda
a beach.
unspoiled.
Yeah.
There's like an actual
cute.
beach, right? I mean, I know people who go out there for the beach to Alameda.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know?
And like windsurfing and stuff.
Yeah.
There's
They
a-
got a nice Ross. They got a nice mall.
They got a nice Ross.
Yeah. Is there still like a pinball museum down
Yes,
there?
there
There's
is.
Still?
Yeah,
There's still a pinball museum. You see it?
there is.
I mean, you got the pinball museum. What else
the
do you
arcade,
need?
yeah.
The arcade.
Yeah,
What
no,
else
there's
do you
a
need?
lot of good stuff. Even one of our
Yeah.
sponsors for one of our shows is down there,
Yeah.
and it's funny because it's a cannabis club, but it looks like you're going into a candy store.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
cute.
not supposed to dress things up like candy when it's cannabis, but it's called Park Social, and it looks like a ice cream social.
Super cute.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
walk in and it's makes you feel like a circus or very brightly
Very
lit.
carnival.
Or it reminds
yeah.
you of like a Shaw's ice cream or a Farrell's ice cream or something like that, where
It's a dispensary for
Yeah.
old people. or
but it's a
something.
dispensary for old
It's
people.
like nostalgic. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like, can I get some rock candy in a joint,
Yeah.
in a pre-roll or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul makes balloon animals during the weekend.
Yeah, I make the balloon animal.
Do you really?
That was good though. I'm glad you were good. Why are they all swords? All I can do. They're all swords. That's all I can do.
Oh, it's an animal.
Compare 39.
Why is this a puppy with only 3 legs?
And the puppy got ran over one day, right?
Right, that's it. But yeah, no,
I've
interesting.
seen dogs with 3 legs. They're pretty cool, though. You know,
Yeah.
the 3-legged dogs and stuff. We got 10 minutes left.
Yes, sir. That's what that big sign
Oh.
means.
I'm
Oh,
not-
okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
DB's not even looking at me. She's like, "What sign?" And I'm like,
Hey, he's
the,
doing
the 2 5s I'm putting up with my
the
paws.
10 minutes. The 10 minutes. There's 10 minutes.
All right.
So you grew up in Pacifica. Did you go whale watching, or is that the-
No. So here's the crazy thing. Yes, I grew up in Pacifica, but I felt like I was commuting to school all the time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like I had kids of my own
Mm-hmm.
and I was at the beach with another friend of mine who grew up in Half Moon Bay,
Mm-hmm.
and we straight up saw whales jump out of the ocean for the first time, and we must have been like in our 30s or 40s, like
Oh,
or,
yeah.
like early 40s. So we're just like, what? Oh my god!
This is crazy.
So yeah, no, never saw always heard about the whale watching and would
Mhm.
see it on the news, like if a whale got stuck in the bay, but never saw them. The way they're coming, like they're playing in the ocean in Pacifica now, it's like that's not normal.
No.
Oh, that there's so many of them?
That there's so many and they're just so like hanging around
Because their real home has been gentrified.
for yeah, right,
They're trying to
For
vote for
sure.
Kamala or something.
right, something.
Nah, I think the Little Mermaid started hanging up.
The Little
Doodads
Mermaid.
and thingamajig,
Yeah.
all those things
It's
up.
It's
And,
like a bunch of
Oh.
forks down there now.
yeah. And they're like, I'm out.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a while that sea lions had left San Francisco. Wasn't there a while that there were no
Yeah.
sea lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they
Yeah.
go? Did we figure out?
They
where
went up to Canada or they went up Washington. They went up.
Did they
north.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say they went up north.
That's a lot of swimming, though. I mean, that's a lot of swimming.
It's a lot.
It was
lot of
only
swimming.
during the 2016 to 2020 Trump.
Yeah.
They're like, we're
They
out.
they all left and went to
Well,
Canada.
goodbye.
He said that all I heard was them saying something about the enemy within. I don't know. That's all they
That orange guy. We don't like orange. They're
Yeah.
colorblind, but they could tell if you're orange. or
Yeah.
they're
That's the one
colorblind.
color they can't see.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we used to go like to Monterey to go whale watching when I was a kid. They would take us out on a boat,
Yeah.
but I always thought like,
I used to go to Jenny Craig's meetings. want to get canceled.
Oh,
I'm
well.
My
trying to
dad
get
would just go
canceled.
to the
Oh,
beach.
well.
I'm trying to get
Oh.
canceled.
Yeah.
Awful.
I just go to the beach.
That's
Yeah.
just
They
that's
kept
just
trying to
wrong.
roll me back in. And I said, stop.
That's just wrong. Yeah, when my family, we got a family friend building a house up in Half Moon Bay.
Nice.
I think it's been 4 years, and they still can't get the city to approve their plan. Like, it's crazy how long it takes. You figure the city, you figure you would buy the land and just say, okay, build it.
Yeah.
But no, they gotta
It's
like,
complicated.
they keep telling me you're gonna come here one day when we built it. I'm like, when is this thing gonna? And we go every year and then we just check out the land. Like, yeah, it's a nice land. There's nothing. They're still fighting to build it and stuff. But they live in Palo Alto. It's like a 20-minute drive for them. It's really convenient. And stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're out in Palo Alto and stuff.
So what did they just go camping on their land now, or did they do what
I
do you do?
don't know.
Tailgating? Like, how did they deal?
I don't know. We go to some restaurant down there, but I think they're about to build soon. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, Half Moon Bay and stuff.
That'd be nice to have a house out there on the coast.
Oh yeah.
You'd have a house at a few different places. Somewhere cold,
Yeah.
somewhere hot, somewhere
Yeah.
near water,
Yeah.
somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somewhere in the city.
Right.
It makes me sad because my friend's going to Hawaii and he's going there for a timeshare.
Mm.
But I can't get booked for any timeshares because I'm not married. Like, they won't let single guys on these timeshare tours.
Really?
Yeah, because you need to have like a wife or
And,
something.
and kids come in and
Yeah.
grandchildren. They want to lock in the deal.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
I don't got money. Maybe they look at my name and like, nah, you got to bring in somebody with money. But I've tried to get on the timeshare things a couple of times and I've never been approved. So I'm
some of
thinking-
those things where
Yeah.
that you go in and you listen to their spew and they treat you like a used car salesman, won't let you out of the room until you like get
Sign,
their time to
yeah.
sign. And it's like, have you seen my credit? Do you know how much money? Okay, go ahead, go.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
your tickets
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
to Reno or whatever it is.
Yeah.
My dad
Yeah.
has a timeshare, and that's how we ended up in Disneyland. They got a hotel timeshare near Disneyland, so
Oh, that's cool.
they usually go to Napa though. Napa's their thing and stuff. Like, but I wouldn't do Napa. I think the most boring vacation I ever had was in Carmel one weekend.
Mm.
Because there's nothing to do in Carmel other than
That's-
just look at the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do there?
Nothing. It
Walked
was
around
this
the cars?
winery. Yeah, one of my parents' friends had like a historic house. I forgot who the builder was, but it was some historic house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there for a weekend, and I just like to tell people it was my most boring weekend just to see the look on their face. You probably like Carmel, don't you? Do you go to Carmel?
I think I've only driven through
yeah.
it once or something.
I
Carmel.
went to a party in Carmel, and it was right down the street, apparently from Clint Eastwood's house.
Yeah.
And we put a sign out front and said, parties here or whatever with all the balloons and stuff. And somebody made a sign that said, "Make my day." And so Clint Eastwood's daughter stops and goes, "That's my dad."
Oh.
And then kept going.
Yeah.
And then
She
said,
just
"Oh,
got
you need to go
arrested.
try the restaurant." And I guess he has his own restaurant.
She
Right,
just got
right.
arrested.
Oh,
The
the
daughter
daughter?
did?
Yeah, the daughter got arrested last
For
week.
what?
I think she was beating up some dude.
Really?
Oh my God.
I'm
No.
guessing she's there because
Oh,
that Carmel's beautiful.
it is
It is
beautiful.
beautiful. Actually, no, I did go there once for a conference
Oh yeah.
years ago. But
I think Brad Pitt lives in Carmel now
yeah, I mean,
because
what-
they tax the houses in LA so much that he got out.
he got out of
He
there.
got out. He has a house that's like sitting right on the piers.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, I just like telling people my most boring vacation was in Carmel, just to see the look on their faces. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Like, I just hung out with rich people the whole time.
I was in a wine. I don't even drink. Taking me to wineries, like,
I'm going to a winery tomorrow.
what winery are you going to?
I don't even know the name of it, but a
Where-
friend of mine, it's her birthday,
Oh yeah.
and so that's where she wants to
Where's
go.
it at? Napa.
In Napa.
In Napa, yeah.
And we're supposed to wear hats.
Oh yeah. Hi. Are you gonna do all
Because
that
it's
then?
easier for the police to spot you when you're driving out of there with a DUI. Oh, look at birthday hats.
It's a car full of women in hats.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
God.
birthday is
So-
it? You gonna get her like some sign like 40?
I
years
don't
old?
even
It's
know.
wine
I'm
o'clock
not sure. Yeah,
or-
1 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't even know how old she was. Um,
I think
it's
she's your age.
it's hard getting women gifts, right? I mean, is it different when you're going to men's
It's
birthday?
hard, especially like now. Like
Yeah,
everybody just buys their own thing that they like, and then you
yeah.
just don't want to be
I don't,
imposing like what you like.
I don't like
on
buying
them.
women birthday gifts because they expect a lot more.
Yeah,
With a man, you can just show up. If he's a pothead,
just give them a 6-pack.
6 pack, or a woman's like, and when they think they
Give them a
like you,
pre-roll.
yeah,
Yeah.
when they
Yeah, I
think,
was just gonna say,
Yeah.
how many Christmases have you walked in with like a 6-pack with a bow on it? Here you go,
There you
bro.
go.
my friends, I just buy them weed socks. I've given
Yeah,
people
you've
weed socks.
given me
Weed socks, nice.
On Mission and 16, there's like a dollar store that sells a shitload of weed socks.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna go
I
look.
think I must have bought like 30 of them down there. So, yeah, I give people weed socks, but some women like they're demanding. So I like, I
Yeah.
try and avoid those birthdays. If I think they think I like them, I'm gonna show up with some jewelry. I'm like, I'm sick.
Oh my
No,
god.
you can't buy women jewelry or clothes.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm.
that's hard.
Yeah,
That's really
clothes.
bad.
Yeah, like
Well, just do like chocolate or something.
chocolate. Yeah.
If you're gonna buy them clothes or jewelry, you might as well just buy them a gift
Yeah.
card for the place they like.
I buy my mom chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
I buy her chocolates.
I had some funky chocolates. They were all designer, and they were
Uh-huh.
all like,
Yucky.
well, they were crazy colors, and
Uh-huh.
then they were crazy flavors.
Mm.
Like there would be one good thing in it, like like caramel,
Yeah, great.
but then the other one part of it was like cinnamon and Madagascar
Yeah, and
or
then you get,
something,
like,
and you're like,
messed
what
up.
the fuck is that? And you take one bite, and you're like, ooh, ew,
Yeah.
ooh. And so, yeah, it's one of those places where you just have one piece of chocolate, and you're like, oh, that's good, thanks.
Yeah, that's
I'm fine.
different.
We used
Yeah.
to show up in Chile with C's candies and a bunch of
Mm.
cigarettes back in the 80s.
Oh, the good days.
But now,
Okay.
now we don't show up with cigarettes anymore. But the C's
That's legal trade in the
candies are hard to
Philippines.
find. What? There's no C's candies. Are they going out of business?
They're all at the airport.
Are they? Oh yeah, that's right.
Who was
Yeah.
was it? Patrick McDermott? I can't remember the comedian that had the joke about C's candy. It was the best thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to remember how it was phrased, but he goes something about you know it's not healthy for you, or you know it's bad for you when you walk into a place and they're all dressed like nurses
it's true. It's true.
or something like
That's
that.
true,
Yeah.
though.
And you're like, yeah, here, have a slab of chocolate. No, that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good.
Oh.
But yeah,
One time at the sesh, I won some mushroom chocolates, but I had no idea it was mushrooms. I
I
thought
would have loved to
because-
be a fly on the wall that day.
because I can't see I can't see the little lettering.
Uh-huh.
I need
Did
glasses.
it say mushroom chocolate on
It
it?
was little. It didn't.
What-
No,
It said
so it said mushroom chocolates.
It said something,
It's
but
like he just popped them
I
in his
just
mouth.
assumed. And my friend's looking at me. She's like, "You're on something." Yeah, I was on mushrooms. I was like hella tripping and stuff. Yeah,
That's funny.
it was. Yeah,
I was dealing with a real pain in the ass on Mondays before, and my assistant walked by and she goes, "I heard the weirdest sound coming out of Studio One today." And I'm always worried about like a buzz or a hum or something coming out. I'm like, "What did you hear?" And she goes, "You laughing." I was kind of like, "Yes, I was on mushrooms." I started off microdosing, and I'm like, "This guy's more than a microdose."
Yeah. Like, we're
yeah.
gonna need more than a microdose.
I need more than a microdose to deal with this person. So we're getting that time. So give your guys the shout outs.
Oh. Go ahead.
Well, I'm at Kel's every Friday at 8 p.m. And this Sunday, I'm gonna be at the Zoom show, the Best of SF. We're doing a roast for Vahe, who's turning 40 this year.
Oh,
40
sweet.
is a good time for a comedian because it means you officially haven't made it,
So
When
what day of the week is that?
It's on Sunday. When you
Alright.
turn 40, you officially haven't made it yet.
I might come to that just to support y'all.
Oh, no, at Kel's or?
No, at the Sunday one at
Oh, the Zoom comedy. Yeah, the Zoom, comedy. The
Oh,
Best of
because you
SF.
guys aren't doing it at the Hobart.
No, we do it at Kel's in North Beach. Have you been to Kel's or?
I've been to Kells, but it's been a long time when they first put the Purple Onion sign up.
I'm telling you, North Beach is the place to be at. I don't see like homeless. There's no tents anywhere. The mafia will burn your tent down.
Really?
No, I don't know, but I tell everybody if you got friends coming in out of town, take them to
Take
North
'em
Beach.
to North Beach.
There's a bunch of entertainment for gentlemen's entertainment clubs.
All right, DB, what do you got going?
Okay, well, November 4th, that's next Monday. I'm going to be in Point Richmond at the Kaleidoscope Cafe celebrating 2 years of Karen Buchanan's mic there.
Cool.
And then I'm doing something later this month. It's one of Seamus's shows.
Okay.
I can't find it though. It's around
Seamus
Thanksgiving.
called you. Yeah.
Yeah. Seamus Donahue. So
Seamus
Yeah.
Donahue.
I'll put that up on my Instagram as soon as I get that info.
I guess on Thursday they're doing the punchline is doing the dress up as a costume thing.
Oh yeah.
you
And
wanna
they say
get
if
up.
you dress up, you might go up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but if you
Thursday.
come nude, you won't get up at all. So
No.
you got to wear something.
All right. I'm gonna have to dust off that bee costume.
Stephen Ferris is going to.
Well, then they also somebody also just told me something else about the punchline that you're not gonna have to show up every single Sunday now.
Oh, you don't.
To
Oh,
be
you don't?
considered.
No.
But I can't remember exactly what I heard about it. I remember who I heard it from, but I don't want to cite the source unless I know exactly what it was. But they're basically trying to make it so you don't have to be there every single Sunday. I'm like, okay, good, because I haven't been there in years.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
It's like I played that game,
I did too.
so I think everybody plays that game at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you got, DB?
I think that's it. We're just I'm still waiting for stuff to come back from the comedy festival, so I'm gonna get some fresh clips, get to do that.
Cool. And
Cut
then where do
those
we
up.
keep up with you on social media?
I think Instagram's the best place.
The one right
So-
there.
Yeah, right there.
There we
right
go.
right there.
Yeah, that's the
Right there.
Deborah.
Yeah.
That's
Deborah
good,
dot
Deborah.
Bilali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one. Cool.
Yeah.
I got my
Thanks,
Grateful Dead
guys.
T-shirt honoring Phil Lash.
Yeah, because
Nice.
he just passed away.
He just passed away.
Rest in peace.
They had a memorial for him yesterday, but I had tickets to the weed thing at Mo Green's, and I think you got to. I think Phil Lash would have told me, "Go to Mo Green's, son.
Is that what he would have told you?
Go to the weed.
Just go. Mo Greens.
Go,
Mo
go,
Greens.
go, Mo Green.
So I wonder what they're gonna do with Phil Lesh because they've been touring as the other ones or whatever.
Well, John Mayer's like the big act. John Mayer's part of that group, too.
Right, but Bob Weir looks like Jerry Garcia now.
Yeah, the
He's
thing.
got this crazy beard. He used to be the
Yeah.
baby face, good looking one that everybody used to thought was like.
I don't know. They always replace him. I mean, the Eagles aren't the Eagles at the Sphere right now, and what's his name's son is playing his part. They got Joe Walsh's son out there. I think.
Oh really?
Is it
Because they
Joe
should
Wal-
have Joe Walsh out there.
No, one of them got replaced by their son.
Probably Henley, right? Because he's the one that's no longer around.
No, Don Henley's around. I think it was Joe Walsh. that
Wait, hold
died.
on. So no, Joe Walsh is still alive.
One of them.
Was it so? Is it Don Henley or
think
one of
it's-
the other two Eagles? Which one of the?
I don't know which one. One of them got replaced by their son. So,
And it's probably the one that passed away.
yeah,
And I can't remember the
and
other
I'm
person.
quite sure Elton John's son's gonna take over for him.
There you go.
I'm just making stuff up at that point.
Yeah, no, I'm
My
not
dad
gonna,
never
there's a
sang.
joke that's gonna get me canceled on that one
My
too. So
dad
I'm gonna
never-
not do it.
My dad never sang. I don't know, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the cancellation. My money is at Jay-Z and Beyonce. I keep hearing from people that Jay-Z and Beyonce are going down.
Oh yeah.
From my friends in
Hot
the
water. They're in trouble.
my friends in the Oakland community.
Well, about all the people that took off after Diddy got busted. So you were talking about Kusher or whatever, but there's also like what's his name, Usher,
Usher.
Mhm.
and nobody's really seen Bieber because they've been trying to talk to him,
Yeah,
and so
there was a weird rumor
Well,
that there was.
wasn't it that Jamie Foxx went to the FBI? Remember when he got sick and he was in the
Oh,
hospital?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he said he was kidding about
He
that.
said it was because of it was yeah.
What did
because
they
P.
say? it
Diddy
was?
did it.
Because P Diddy did it.
Yeah.
I heard if you try and if you're like around Diddy, a bunch of these people try to write books about him and ended up dying beforehand. So I told P Diddy when I used to kick it with him, I'm illiterate. I can't write.
So he said, "Okay, you could stay."
I can't write. I know 2 languages, and I can't write any of them, so I'm okay.
My dog wrote a joke about Diddy.
What?
He was talking about it. He's like,
Yeah.
see all the stuff about Diddy? And everybody's like, did he do it? And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, I got it. And he goes, no. Yes, he did. And I'm like, okay, I get it.
What's your favorite Diddy song?
Oh.
Nobody has a favorite Diddy
No.
song.
No, the hello, good morning one.
Oh yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite Diddy song. Do you? Or?
I don't even know a Diddy song.
I
If
don't
it
know.
reached out and
Yeah.
slapped me.
Yeah, I went to see Eddie Griffin in Vegas, and he had this big screen, like this huge screen, like a movie screen,
Uh-huh.
and he showed videos of Biden falling down. And I know I shouldn't have laughed, but it was hilarious. He's like, I couldn't believe he was showing videos of Biden just falling down.
Just
said-
over and over again.
Over and over. And then he showed a big fight. Remember that fight that happened like in Mississippi and some pier somewhere? And then he went off on Diddy for a while too. But yeah, if you're in Vegas, you gotta go catch Eddie Griffin. The guy's hilarious.
Has he got a residency there now?
He's got a residency in Vegas.
That's
yeah.
not the place to be if you have any kind of demons.
Oh, true.
All right. I don't know if he does or not. I
Is
just
it
figured he
Lathrop? Lathrop is where you,
did.
you need to move to. You gotta-
Lathrop is the demon. All right, guys. On that note,
Thank you.
all right. So,
All right, cheers. Thank
Thank
you.
you for being on, Deborah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week on The Rat.
Nice.